Good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are doing well today. I am I'm here to basically just say hello, and I got a few extra free minutes, and I thought that it might be fun to come in and do something I call Dr. Boyce Exposed. I figure if I come in and just answer some questions with you guys and let you guys ask me anything, it would be a chance to just get to know each other better. Um, you know, the internet's full of all kinds of I got you moments and people exposing people and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, I just expose myself and just answer questions directly. That way you can hear it straight from the Boyce's mouth, so to speak. Anyway, I'm trying to, I got my food coming, so I'm going to have to go in a little bit. Hey, Cass, how are you? Hey, let's see, is that Acala, Florida? Acala? Hey Robert, how you doing, man? Mr. Plow, do you trade calendar calls? Not really. Hey, 443, good to see you. Sharice Clark, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so yes, if you give me like a one sentence question, I can give you a quick one sentence answer. Sometimes it may be a little bit longer if it's something that requires a more prolonged response. LaShawn, how are you? From Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Never heard of Kosciuszko. I can't even say it. How about Mississippi? LaShawn from Mississippi. Patrick Wilson, hello. Hello, is that Miss Hayden? Sekliwa? Maybe I hope I said it right. All right, so if anybody has a question, just pop your question in. I will answer it really quickly. And if I miss your question, just you can put it back in there. Repeat the question. Don't just say, why didn't you answer my question? Why didn't you answer my question? Just say, hey, here's my question again, or just post the question, and I'll get to it. What are your thoughts on the Essence Festival's impact on Black economics? I think the Essence Festival does a good job of providing a nice something good for the Essence brand. Magazines have a hard time making money. It's very difficult, and Essence has done a good job of pivoting. Essence is not a Black-owned company, though. You got to remember that. A lot of your so-called, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I scratched that. I said Essence is not a Black-owned company, but I may actually be wrong about that. I think they might have actually got bought by a Black person. So maybe I'm wrong. Forgive me if I got that wrong. But anyway, I got to look that up. What are your thoughts on interracial relationships? I think everybody has a right to choose what they want, but I think that who you are is reflected by who you date. Like if you date a bunch of losers, that means that there's a part of you that's attracted to losers. It says something about you. If you ever want to have a hard look in the mirror, look at all your relationships and who you dated, and that should tell you something about your life story and how you've evolved and what your preferences are and how you think and how you think about what you think of yourself. Sometimes we date low quality people because we don't think highly of ourselves. So I think that if you are in an interracial relationship, I have people in my own family that are in interracial relationships. My goddaughter, who's pretty much like my daughter, she's married to a very nice man from Denmark, and that wouldn't have been my choice, But let me tell you what, I got other young ladies I've mentored through the years who got with Black guys who treated them very badly. And to me, if you're Black and you're treating a Black woman with disrespect, then you're just as bad as a Klansman. You're no better than a racist. You're no better than a loser, of another race. So really, I saw it as, you date who you want, but also who you date does say something about you. So in the role that I'm in, I don't think I could do the same job I have and be married to Becky at the same time. It just wouldn't make any sense. It would literally be a direct contradiction of everything I claim to believe in, so that's my 2 cents. So I just specifically said, even before I got married, if I get married, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get married, but I said, if I get married, it's going to be the old Black woman. I can promise y'all that. I promised y'all that back in 2015 and it happened in 2021. Yeah, we got married. So Boyce, come to Baltimore with Dr. Claude Anderson when you can. Dr. Claude's not doing well. He probably won't be getting on the road anytime soon. So there you go. He is joining us digitally for an event in Detroit that's going to happen July 29th through the 31st. Herb Strather and Gary Shelton, they were on this channel. These Black men are the men that Black kids need to know about. I'm telling you, these guys have done like $2 billion worth of real estate deals. And it's sad that we know more about ignorant rappers who can't even spell their mama's name than we know about Black men and Black women who are doing amazing things at a genius level. So their event is called the Black Wealth Builder Summit. If you go to boycewatkins.com, you can get a pass and join this event. There are going to be bank presidents speaking. I'm going to be speaking. They're going to be speaking. Dr. Claude Anderson is going to be speaking. Gary Shelton has advised Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, people like that. They just play the game way above the rim. And small-minded people, are going to be doing whatever they're doing, like following their favorite rapper. I want to follow my favorite billionaire. I want to follow my favorite multimillionaire. I want to follow my favorite black leader, and so some people are just built different. I met a guy in New Orleans this week. We were on the corner waiting for an Uber and headed over to Julian Gordon's event. Julian Gordon's a great guy. He's really done a lot in terms of getting black people into multifamily housing. And he's also the dean of real estate in the Black Business School. Well, I was going to Julian's event, and a brother pulled up in a truck, and his name was Vernon. He said, "Hey, Dr. Boyce, what's going on?" I saw a lot of y'all here, and I appreciate it when you all come up and say hi. And I was talking to him in the street, and he's at the stoplight. And then it hit me. I was waiting on the Uber. I said, "Hey man, can you give us a ride?" And he said, "Yeah." So me and my wife climbed in. She had to climb over the baby seat. I sat in the front seat, and we rode with Vernon. Best ride I've had in a long time. I sat and I talked to this black man about his life. And he said, "I quit my job because of you." And I said, "Man, that's great. What was that like?" And he was talking about going in to talk to his white boss and saying, "I quit. I'm out of here." Vernon he was a U.S. Marshal for many years. He also has served in the military. So he retired from the Marshal Service and from the U.S. military. Shout out to every veteran in here. Thank you for your service. And also, he and his wife have built up over a 33-year marriage, have built up a substantial fortune of wealth that they were passing on to their children. And he has started buying multifamily real estate. And I said, this is what I'm talking about. These are the black men that are out here and women that are out here really nailing it down, getting it done. They're not flashy like the celebrities. They're not going to show up with 18 gold chains on their neck. They're not going to show up with a mouthful of gold teeth. They're not going to show up with tattoos all up and down their neck. They're not going to show up rubbing vaginas with another woman on stage like Cardi B. They're not showing up with all the dysfunction. So white people are not going to give them media attention the way they give attention to dysfunctional black people. Dysfunctional black people are always going to get the most attention. In fact, many of the people that are out here acting raunchy, twerking every other day and getting half naked on stage and all that, some of those people ain't nothing but sex addicts on display. That's a sex addiction. Lizzo probably has a food addiction. Addicts are interesting. People like addicts because addicts are crazy. They don't know how their behavior looks to other people. So that's why Honey Boo Boo became so famous. She was that big bloated white lady because she had a food addiction. Everybody thought it was hilarious watching her eat constantly. Cardi B is a sex addict, so they love watching her. Just every other verse is my pussy, my pussy. Think about it. Imagine if every time I was talking to you, I was talking about my penis. Like literally every sentence, every third sentence, I said, "Well, let me tell you about my penis. Did I mention my penis today? Let me tell you all about my penis. Let me tell you about my penis. Let me draw a picture of it for you." Like that would be weird. That's dysfunctional. Y'all be like, "Boys, what is wrong with you? You're a pervert." But think about it. In entertainment, y'all think that stuff's normal. Y'all think that weird behavior is normal. And a lot of them are addicted to pills, addicted to liquor, addicted to all kinds of other drugs, smoking weed every day, addicted to dysfunction, addicted to black self-destruction, addicted to broken families, traumatized through the roof. And that's the stuff that's interesting. That's what white people want to see because that's what they believe black people are. They believe black people are a bunch of dysfunctional, fucked up losers. So those of you out there, like Vernon, the brother I met from Alabama when I was riding in his car, those y'all that just got it together, that didn't fall for the nonsense that you can't do it because you black, because you black, you supposed to just sit back and wait for Joe Biden to come to save you. Joe Biden, he's gonna come and save you, your lazy black ass. Like seriously, like the people that fit in that category are always going to get more attention. But but the thing is, I want you to know I see you. I see y'all out there that are getting it done, that are taking care of your damn kids, ain't got babies mama splattered all across the country. I see you black men out there. Maybe you served your country proudly and you're holding it down. You're making your next move. I see you black women out there that are supporting black men, loving black men, taking care of your kids, saving your money, building your wealth, just like my grandma used to do. I see you black people who believe in personal responsibility and don't believe the hype that black people can't do nothing for ourselves. I see you, the Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam folks. I see those who are operating on code. And I want to just say, I appreciate y'all. Y'all give me hope. Y'all give me hope because you are the blueprint. You are the template. You are the ones that are going to build the future. It's not going to be these raggedy Negroes they put on TV. Half of them are just messed up. And then they get about 40 and realize how messed up they are. And then they starting to act like us. But we're the grown-ups in the community. And I encourage you to lead like that. So shout out to Vernon. I talked to Vernon and I just really enjoyed my conversation so much with him. And I said, man, you inspired me. You remind me that I'm not wasting my damn time trying to run up against. Ain't nothing more frustrating. Have you ever been trying to be intelligent in a room full of ignorant motherfuckers? Have you ever like really tried to like really say something insightful or warn people or prepare, and everybody else is stupid and they're high and drunk and dumb and crazy and distracted? Like that's what it feels like sometimes dealing with some of the elements in our community. I don't deal with that. I want to deal with the people that want to build and want to make a plan. Because I'm telling you, I don't care if you're black, white, or whatever. If you got a plan, you will be successful. If you have a plan and you execute that plan, you will be successful. I don't care if you're black, white. Stop believing that if you black, that some cops just gonna come shoot you in the head just because you black. Cops don't wake up. I know a lot of cops. They don't wake up every day thinking, what Negro can I shoot today? Can I find some hardworking black man who is taking care of his family so I can kill him? They don't think that way. So when people walk around saying that police scare me, I get traumatized every time I see a cop. I don't even understand that. I see cops all the time, and I say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they say, "Hey, what's going on?" And that's it. So I think that what happens is that the brainwashing is so deep, and they train us to act like little crazy monkeys, like we're just easily triggered and scared of everything and constantly failing to believe in ourselves. And I just don't want to be around none of that. I can't tolerate all that. I believe that there are pathways to success and power and solutions, and I want to be around people that want to have solutions. Period. All right, let me keep going. Is Bitcoin mining, is it a good investment? I wouldn't do it. It's really, really changing, Robert. I wouldn't try to get into the game at this stage unless you get with some people that are really good and already making money at it, and don't let them charge you a lot of money to be involved. Hey, Taekwon, how are you? From Kansas City, Kansas. KC Mo. I know KC Mo versus Kansas City, Missouri. I'm sorry, Kansas City, Missouri. He's in KC Mo, and I got my friends in KCK. I know the difference. Believe me. Richard, what's going on? Hey, Shahid, how are you? Let's see. Veronica, B1 Dallas, Elma's my grandma's name. My grandma died a few years ago. She died of Alzheimer's. My grandfather took care of her. They were married for almost, I want to say 60, 70 years, and she got Alzheimer's and forgot who everybody was. And he still took care of her until her last breath. And to me, that showed me what manhood is. That's an example of manhood. So I would say, like, ladies, if you're trying to decide if a guy is somebody you can really build with, find out where they went to school. Man, what I mean, I'm not talking about formal school. I'm talking about relationship school. Where did they go to school? If they grew up in a family that never built anything, that never sacrificed long-term to accomplish a collective objective, then it's a big risk. It's like hiring a plumber who never learned how to plumb, or hiring an electrician who never took a class on electricity. So to me, my relationship school was my grandfather, watching him take care of my grandmother for over 60 years. My relationship school was watching my mother and my father work it out and figure it out for 47 years. So what school did he go to? Or what school did she go to? If she went to the school of dysfunction, that might not be the one for you. That's my 2 cents. That's my truth. All right, Oprah Winfrey's birthplace, and condolences to her family. Her father, Vernon Winfrey, passed Friday from cancer. Oh, wow. I've heard that story about her. It's funny. The guy I met was named Vernon. That's interesting. We love you too, but most of our poor can't afford your meeting. DFW, Black United Powernomics. What poor do? Well, Anderson, we have a lot of free stuff in the Black Business School. If you go to boycewatkins.com, get a free e-copy of my book. There's tons of free stuff. Also, you can join our Powernomics training for free. That is free to the community. So nobody has to pay to join the Powernomics training. We meet every Wednesday night. We have done about 100 lectures on Powernomics, and we're going to probably do 1,000 more. So we've been doing this for over a year and a half. So if you'd like to join that, that's 100% totally free. So never, ever let anybody tell you that you can only join the Black Business School if you have money. That is simply not true. That is a falsehood. Now, the Black Business School does have things where we have to charge money because you need money to pay your employees. If you do not have money and a business does not generate revenue, the business cannot survive. So everything can't be free. So freedom ain't free. Success ain't going to be free. You went to college. College probably wasn't free for most of y'all. So what I'm saying to you is that, at the end of the day, you got to give businesses room to generate some revenue. Being a Black revolutionary should not come with a vow of poverty, because if I'm poor, if I'm broke, I can't help nobody. I can't hire no Black people if I'm broke. I got to go work for the white man. So ultimately, that's what it is. So if you're poor, it's okay. We have homeless people in our programs because we got free stuff. So just let's not get into thinking that you have to have money to be a part of what we're doing. That's simply not true. Have you lost friends due to not having blind alliance to the Democratic Party? Absolutely. I lost a friend this week who got mad at me because I didn't agree with her Roe versus Wade. I didn't say that I think Roe versus Wade should have been overturned, but I did reveal the fact that Roe versus Wade was built on a big lie. Jane Doe, or Jane Roe, I think that's what they called her. I read her whole life story. She built that whole case around lying and saying that she got gang raped by a group of black men. And I told that whole story, and my friend didn't like it, and I said, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. So yeah, I lose friends all the time. It's okay. The truth will cost you friends. So if you ever want to have a lot of friends, just be a big liar. Will the price of precious metals outplay a digital currency? I don't know, Miles. I think digital currency will be here to stay. I think Bitcoin especially, but it's going to get regulated. So just expect regulations to come. Biden just did a whole big speech about it. So there you go. I'm going to answer questions quickly now because my wife has a therapy meeting with one of her clients soon, so I'm going to have to get up. Or actually, give me a second. Hey, Alicia, are you able to meet your client in the bedroom if I stay out here? Well, we can shut the door. What do you think? How about this? I'll bring you your stuff and we could try it. And if it's too noisy, you can just tell me to be quiet. Because my friends are listening online, so they know, so they understand. Okay, so you can come and grab your laptop when you're ready. All right, so I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep answering questions for a few more minutes. What did you think about Google stock before the split? I think Google is a great investment, especially right now because the economy is so bad. Companies like that are going to flourish. When the economy starts taking off, Google's going to be like this. Easy money. Easy peasy. How do you feel about dividend stocks investing, like putting $25,000 in one stock? I would not put all my money in one stock. It's really not about the amount. It's the percentages. You got to spread your money out. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Very important. Do you think American Christianity is good for our community? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I think that one thing that when church gives us faith and fellowship and guidelines of what it just means to be a good person, and you take that seriously, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think there's, you can learn a lot from the life of Jesus, and even if you don't believe Jesus was real, there's a lot of great principles in the Bible, and and all that. But I think what happens though is that religion has been used to enslave us and to harm us in many ways and to make us very passive. I listened to a Beyonce song that she did with that singer that my wife likes. What's that singer you like, baby? This guy that did that song with Beyonce that I hate. We went to his concert. You know what I'm talking about. What kind? You and I went to an Aretha concert, and then we went to that concert with that guy. I forgot his name. Say his name. Yes, Anthony Hamilton. I know I love Anthony Hamilton. I just don't like that song. So let me tell you about this Beyonce Anthony Hamilton song. I believe it was Beyonce and Anthony Hamilton. It sounded really good, but I listened to the lyrics very carefully, and it was literally basically saying like I ain't nothing, like I'm unworthy and I'm garbage. Like all I have is like God, and that's it. And I'm completely unworthy of anything. And I've been beat up on and spit on and crapped on, and I'm just waiting for God to come and save me and help me. I gotta go read the lyrics, but I swear to God, like I gotta look this song up. But yeah, it was a Beyonce Anthony Hamilton song. Let me Google it. Well, who was the person she sang it with? It was like I'm not worthy or something. Oh, and I hated that song. Walter Williams. I'm sorry, I put it on Anthony Hamilton. My apologies to Anthony Hamilton. I messed up. Sorry, Anthony, if you're listening. Yeah, it's like took me a while, but I'm finally here. So I just want to testify, make it crystal clear. I've been picked on, to be picked on, talked about out of my friend's mouth. I've been beat down till he turned my life around. Seems like I always fall short of being worthy because I ain't good enough, but he still loves me. What kind of depressing shit is that? And it's like, I ain't no superstar. The spotlight ain't shining on me because I ain't good enough, but he still loves me. I used to wake up some days and wish I'd stay asleep because I went to bed on top of the world. Today, the world's on top of me. Everybody's got opinions. They ain't been in my position. That it breaks my heart when I hear what they have to say about me. Seems like I always fall short of being worthy because I ain't good enough, but he still loves me. And so I don't like it because it's so damn depressing. It's so like, don't get me wrong, I get it. If you've been kicked around and spit on and disrespected and mistreated, had your feelings hurt, been lied to, been betrayed. Join the fucking club. Shit. You know how many times I get my feelings hurt? I mean, do you understand what I felt growing up, and the hurt I went through? I get it. But somebody needs to pick your ass up and tell you got to get up and fight. I don't like this. Like, see, here's the thing. Here's how I believe brainwashing and cults work. Whether you're talking about religious cults or the Democratic Party or any other cult, or even the military sometimes does this. What they tend to do if they want you to commit to the cult is they break you down. They break down any other source of hope that you have. They break down any sort of self-empowerment. They destroy anything in you that is going to lead you in any direction other than the one that they want you to go into. So they chop you down to nothing. They tell you you ain't shit, you ain't worthy, you ain't nothing. And then what they do when you are at your lowest and you're feeling like complete crap, they say, but there's one solution for you. And the one solution is Jesus. Right? Or the one solution is to vote for the Democratic Party. Because think about this, when Black people get empowered, they're not as likely to go along with whatever the Democrats say. When Black people have options, when they have wealth, they're not as quick to be down for just anything that comes out of Joe Biden's mouth. They're not believing the Democratic Party is their savior because they now understand they can save themselves. It's no different. It's pimping. It ain't nothing but pimping 101. So sometimes the church is full of pimps. I'm not saying every church is like this. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that it's one thing if you say, hey, let's have a spiritual journey. Let's share some beliefs. Let's support each other. Let's talk about what God's work really means, but also talk about the work that we can do as individuals, all that. I get that. But when you're like, you're not worthy, you ain't nothing, you just a piece of crap, you have no hope unless you do what I say, that ain't nothing but pimping. That's what pimps do. When pimps look for who they want to pimp, they're not looking for women that are empowered. They have plenty of options. They have plenty of intelligence. They have plenty of wealth. They have plenty of education. No, they look for the women that have no hope. And then they make your life so bad where you have nowhere to go. They want you to be broke. They want you to be ignorant. They want you to be hooked on drugs. They'll deliberately get them hooked on drugs so that you have to keep turning to the pimp to get your salvation. So the same pimping that goes on in the church is just like the pimping that goes on in the street, which is just like the pimp that goes on in the Democratic Party, which is just like the pimping they do on the corporate plantation. The corporate plantation pimps you by keeping you so financially ignorant that the only way you know how to make money is to go work for them. They don't want you to have options. What happens when Black folks start getting options? Do they want to go to work more or do they want to go to work less? Right? Do you want to get that? Do you want to be on the corporate plantation more after you find out about real estate and you find out about stocks and you find out about side hustles and you find out about starting your own business? Like, do people, once they get that feel of freedom, do they want to go back to plan A? No, they don't. They don't. So I believe that one of the goals of any pimp, whether you're talking about a political pimp, a corporate pimp, or any other pimp, is to break you down to the point where you get convinced that they are the truth and the light, that they are the only solution that you have. So that song, that's why I hate that song. It's like, how am I empowering you by telling you, that we ain't worthy and we ain't shit unless we go to church and give the pastor our money or vow to some religion? No. That's a type of abusive oppression, if you ask me, and I don't think it's right. So let me keep going. Let's see here. Do you think? Let's see. If you had to take care of an elder, Shaka's asking, if you had to take care of an elder, how do you find time to make extra income? That's a tough one. That's where planning has to really come into play. You got a picture? Okay. Huh? Can you shut the door? Shut the door and look. Okay, well, shut the door and let me know if it's too loud. I'm not going to talk as loud because she's having a meeting in the other room. Shut the door and then let me know. If it's too loud, then I'll shut it down. I'm enjoying talking to y'all, so I hope it's okay that I don't talk so loud. Okay. Yeah, so that requires planning. So I encourage everybody, if you've got older people in your family, figure out what the plan's going to be to pay for these nursing homes. They are not cheap. Or I guess if you didn't want to put them in a home, you want to bring them in your home. Even that costs money, right? And so I would say that you probably want to get really good with time management, obviously, and everybody can chip in. I think any adult in the household should be expected to help, especially, and even the kids, So it is tough, though. I would say also, I see a lot of families where one person is doing everything. And I don't like that either. If you got 4 siblings and only one sibling is taking care of mama, well, that's kind of tacky. Where's everybody else, right? So a lot of this stuff is these are problems you solve in advance, right? You don't solve them while you're experiencing them. You got to prepare. You must prepare. You don't go buy your umbrella after it starts raining. You get an umbrella while the sun is out, so that when it does rain, you're ready. Um, Sadly, they were black owned and got sold, but recently reacquired by a black owned company or group of business people. Okay, thank you, Ellen. That's Essence. Okay, so Essence is owned by a black group. Okay, then I was mistaken earlier, so I apologize. Is this real online? Yes, I am really online. What's the best way to invest monthly for my grandchildren? Go to blackmoneyminute.com. I have an ebook on what I call the $5 a day investing plan, where if you invest $5 a day in any sort of a market-based index fund and you do it over a 30-year period, your grandkids will all have over $100,000 in liquid wealth by the time they're 25 years old. And if you give your child that kind of money when they start life, they're going to do fine. They're not going to have any of those crazy struggles. They're not going to be walking around talking about how being black means being broke. There's a URL. Every black person ain't broke, just the ones that aren't prepared. Boyce, I love you, but please apologize to Queen Lizzo. No, I think Queen status must be earned, and I think also Lizzo is not the person I was criticizing. I'm really criticizing an industry that tells black women, young black girls, that in order to get attention or in order to be successful, you got to twerk and show ass, and you got to act like a buffoon, and you got to sexually lust over white men in public. I don't want to live in that world. And if people want to call me whatever they want to call me, I don't give a shit. Call me what you want, but you can't debate me, because you can't tell me that this stuff is reflective of how we want the black woman to be seen in America. Why are you surprised when everybody thinks the black woman's a hoe when y'all marketing the damn hoes? Stop that. Stop that. Get up there and sing. Give a good performance. But don't show up at Lakers games with your booty out. That's trifling. If I showed up at a Lakers game with my penis out, then y'all could call me every name in the damn book because I would deserve it. You would say, what is wrong with you, Boyce? That's crazy. So no, stop that. Stop excusing inappropriate behavior. That's your problem as black people. That's one of the reasons we struggle. It's because we think anything's okay as long as a white man's paying somebody money, as long as they're getting a check. It's like, well, at least they're getting paid. I'm an expert on money, and I'm the first one to tell you that there are some things that are more important than money. Money is not the destination. Money is the tool to give you access to the things that are more important than money. So when people are walking around here acting like money is okay and money is the reason, it's okay for him to do blah, blah, blah because he's making money. Shut up. Just stop it. If you talk like that, you don't understand money at all. Money, what money did for me, I have money. I am a millionaire. It's all over the internet. Everyone has debated how much wealth I have, and I don't really care what they think. And let me just tell you what money did for me. Money did not make me a smart man. Reading books made me a smart man. Money did not make me a happy man. Money cleared my plate so I could find the things that will make me a happy man. Money does not make me a good man. That is a day-to-day decision that I have to make based on my ethical values that I was raised by. Money did not make my life good. Money simply kept me from being distracted so I could focus on the things that make my life good. The things that make my life good is spending time with my daughter, getting to kiss my wife, getting to spend time around people I care about, like talking to you. I like talking to you. This is fun for me. So money allows me the freedom to do those things. But money is not what did it. Money can only do so much, and I think that when you don't have enough of it, it makes you obsess over it. And it's like if you got to pee really bad, all you're thinking about is a bathroom. And you can get to the point where you think that once I'm in the bathroom, it's going to be great. I'm going to live in the bathroom. I'm going to stay in the bathroom all day. I'm not going to do nothing but go to the bathroom all day. I'm just get a house with 10 bathrooms so I can just pee all day. No, you go to the bathroom so that you can focus on the things that matter. So stop letting celebrities degrade the entire community just because they're getting a damn check. You can get a check without acting like a damn ass and without doing a minstrel show. And notice that at many of these hip hop concerts where you got some rapper up there with 40,000 tattoos and 18,000 gold chains and walk around like a clown and a coon and blah, blah, blah. Notice that those audiences are filled with white people. Do you notice that? And I want to ask y'all this question. Can you think of a white version of Lizzo? Adele's a big girl too. Adele's, she's big. Ain't nothing wrong with being a big girl. I'm not dogging that at all. But do you see Adele, the white singer? Do you see her flashing her vagina at children in order to get attention? Is Adele doing it? Did Adele go to a Lakers? I'm sure she's been to basketball games. Did Adele show up with her booty out? No, they do that for the black woman because they're like, well, black women are hoes anyway, so they like that stuff. Where's the white Cardi B? Is there a white version of Cardi B that's just as famous? Come on, just as famous. Don't point out. Who was that one singer? Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus was not at the level of a Cardi B, and Miley Cyrus is off doing something else now. Even Kim Kardashian was allowed to distinguish herself, even though she started off as a hoe. You don't know that. That's how she got famous. She got famous with a sex tape. There's different rules for white people than there are for black people. So these roles of kind of these clownish, coonish, ridiculous minstrel show roles, that's reserved for you. And that's why the white people show up. They're like, yeah, go nigger, go. We like our niggers to act like this. And y'all think that they're laughing with you. They're laughing at you. They're typecasting you. So anyway, and I agree with DDS. Thank you, DDS, by the way. You're a great moderator, man. He says the media is propping up these degenerates as examples for all black women. Exactly. I don't want my daughters growing up thinking they got to show booty on Instagram in order to get the attention they deserve. I don't want them leading with the booty. I want them leading with their brains. And because I'm sure their mama got a nice booty too, so they're going to have the booty. But it's like, don't you make that your signature mark. Don't go out there. Make that man earn that. Make that man respect that. People respect things that are rare. People respect diamonds because diamonds are rare. When diamonds flood the market, the value goes down. And some of these women out here done flooded the market. They done flooded the market with vagina, and men don't value it. Men are like, whatever. Well, show me what you got. Show me what you got, girl. And I just don't think women like that are winning. I think that they get a lot of attention, but it's very cheap. It's very bad attention. It's not the kind of attention that leads to lasting love and the things that women want. It's not what leads to you getting a man that's going to take care of your children. It leads to a lot of pain, a lot of misery, a lot of baby mama drama. And that's what you see. If you look at these rappers and you see their relationships, what do you always see? You always see chaos. You see baby mama drama. You see domestic violence. You see breakups. You don't see normal, functional, healthy, loving situations. And when they have those situations, ignorant, dysfunctional people make fun of that. So Sierra was in dysfunctional situations with Future, the rapper Future. But Sierra made a choice. Sierra said, you know what? I don't want that. I want to be with a man that loves me. I want to have a happy family. I don't want to be traumatized every other day. I don't want to go through hell in order to allegedly be in love. So she goes and she dates Russell Wilson. And some of these idiots and immature people are making fun of that. Like, why would a black person want to be in a situation that's not dysfunctional? Why would you want to get away from drama? Why would you not want your life to be a complete piece of shit? Because she's smart. She's intelligent. That's what smart people do. So I'm just telling y'all, anybody who's smart, get away from the damn drama. Walk away from that nonsense. When you start seeing Negroes acting niggardly, just go in the other direction. You can't stop it. It's the niggardly behavior is a virus that is bigger than Corona. It spreads more than COVID. They down to COVID got 18 variants. Niggerish behavior got 447 variants, and it's all over the world. But guess what? When you go into certain spaces, it goes away. When I went to Julian Gordon's event last night, it was black. It was almost all the black people there own property. All the black people there were loving. It was wonderful. It was like, wow, this is the black community. This is the black community. Let me keep going. I know Justin says niggardly means stingy. Yeah, I know, but the niggerosity is big. So let me keep going. Let me keep reading some of your. If you have more questions, if I missed your questions from earlier, I apologize. I'm gonna scroll through and just find questions. Adele has recently lost all that weight, but the point still stands. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't really follow Adele like that, but I know when Adele was big, Adele wasn't out wearing thongs every other day and doing all this crazy stuff to get attention. Like, I think Lizzo's a good singer. I think Lizzo should just sing. Like, why can't you just sing? But I get it. I understand, because your handlers won't let you just sing, because they want you to do the minstrel show, and that's what it is. Let's see. Peace, Dr. Watkins. Are we forever screwed due to integration, or can we still thrive and create communities like we had in Bronzeville, North Carolina? Oh, we can do both. I think that there's nothing stops us. Nothing stops us. Nothing stops us. We can do anything we want. That's what strength looks like. That's what power looks like. Power means that I can achieve my goal despite any obstacles you put in front of me. That's the first thing Dr. Claude Anderson explains in Powernomics. He says power is the ability to pursue your agenda despite the opposition of others. It doesn't say that power is the ability to pursue your agenda only when white people allow it. He doesn't say power is the ability to pursue your agenda when other people are cheering you on. He didn't say power is the ability to pursue your agenda as long as you get the support of the Democratic Party. No, he said power is doing whatever the hell you want, making the world that you want to make because you are that determined to see it. And let me just tell you this. You guys know I'm going to be in Detroit July 29th through the 31st with Herb Strather and Gary Shelton. These two guys have done billion-dollar deals, and that's why I think it's really important for Black people to hear from these guys. And one of the things that Herb said that really made me think, Gary said it too, is they said that one of the things that people are missing when they're trying to do business at a high level is they give up too easy. They give up too easy. He said, in any business deal you do, especially $100 million, $200 million, $500 million deal, he says something is always going to go wrong. He says there's always going to be a disaster. There's always going to be something that's a hang up that's going to make you want to walk away. But if you're determined to get the deal done, you solve the problem and you keep moving. I said, damn, that is so simple, but so profound. Because I've done business with Herb Strather, right? Look him up. Herb Strather, he owns, he just did a $300 million real estate deal in Detroit. Again, people don't know him because y'all paying attention to rappers and whatnot. This guy is extraordinary. And I've done business with him, and I was really impressed with the fact that there was no barrier that stopped the deal. Like, we would hit an obstacle, and I'd be like, well, maybe we can't get it done. Herb would be like, well, let's get on the phone, let's work it out. And we get on the phone, and we'd work it out. And I'd be like, oh, okay, well, let's keep going. So even I sat there and I said, man, I thought I knew a lot, and I do. I know a lot of things. But one thing I really want to impress on you is that sometimes your greatest gems are it's not the complicated shit. It's the basic shit. And the basic shit is that when you want something in your life, determination goes a very long way. Determination means that whenever I see an obstacle, that is not a barrier. That is not a blockade. That is not a reason to walk away. That's just a problem I have to solve. And I can get that because I'm a mathematician. I taught math at the University of Kentucky. And when you solve a problem, when they put a problem in front of you in mathematics, you don't cry about it. You don't go and protest in the street and say Black Lives Matter or say, oh, well, the white man foiled it again. The white man stopped me. It's like those cartoons, you pesky kid, you foiled it again. I would have built the Black Wall Street if it wasn't for you pesky kids, like some Scooby-Doo, cartoon. No. You say, okay, they threw up a barrier. That's a problem. We're going to have to solve that problem because not completing the job is not an option. If all of y'all, if everybody in here just embrace that one basic idea, I guarantee you that'll probably double your income in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm serious. So I learned something. I heard him talking. I said, okay, good point. I'm going to apply that more often. I'm going to remind myself of that whenever I want to, kill something or walk away from it. Perseverance is huge. All right, so let's see here. Can you please bring on Hassan Campbell? He has a powerful message. I don't know Hassan, and I don't do a lot of interviews, but if he reaches out, we can make a connect and see. My email is manager@boycewatkins.com. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't really have a show. People that come on my show are people that I know or people that really push me to do the interview. I don't really like to do interviews, to be honest with you, because I have to run the business and everything. I come in to talk to you guys because I like talking to you, but I'm not Charlie Rose or Don Lemon or something. Cliff Cole, do you offer classes on how to enter the stock market? Yes. If you go to if you just go to boycewatkins.com, you can find my Black Stock Market program. There is 5 years of amazing curriculum, everything starting with the very basics, how to buy your first share of stock, everything else. And also, in fact, if you go to firstshareofstock.com, firstshareofstock.com, there's actually a free some free information there as well. So either way, you can either go to my website, boycewatkins.com, or you can go to firstshareofstock.com if you want to see the first share of stock program to get started. By the way, you are a realist, and that's what our community needs more than anything. People aren't telling us lies. Yeah, Cliff. I mean, there's no point in lying. I mean, life is too short to be living in a fantasy land. I'd rather deal with reality. And the beauty of it to me is I think that a lot of our solutions are right in front of our face. At this point, it's a matter of really implementing those solutions and gaining that persistence that we talked about earlier. If you're persistent, I don't think white people can really stop you. Hello, Dr. Boyce. Thanks for all you do. It says, Julian, I'm registered for your stock options income class, but I missed the first session. Is there any way I could get to watch the recording? Yes, Julian. The recording is inside. If you log in, if you go to boycewatkins.com, you'll see the link for the stock options program. It's the covered call selling program. And so if you're interested in joining, you can go there, boycewatkins.com. But if you're already enrolled, if you click on that link at my website, boycewatkins.com, you will get a login, and you can log in, and the recording is there. All the recordings will be there. They'll be yours for life. All the slides are yours for life. Also, the access to the stock options masterclass, yours for life. Access to the trainings on how to form a family investment club, yours for life. So feel free to just go to boycewatkins.com if you're still interested in signing up. We meet again this Thursday. We do that every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it's really fun. It's basically selling stock options to generate income, picking the right stocks, managing the risk, looking at your ratios to determine how you want to make your next move. In fact, tomorrow, Monday, I'm actually going to go sell my options again for this week to generate my income. And what I do is I sell my stock options. I get my money. I put it in my bank account. I reinvest a big chunk of it. But then what I need for expenses like credit card bills or car note or anything like that, I just pass that to my wife. And then I say, hey, babe, here's some money. Pay down the credit card or whatever. But we paid off our cars recently. So we don't believe in carrying a lot of card debt. The debt that I don't mind carrying is like low interest debt, or if it's like in real estate, I don't necessarily feel rushed to pay off real estate if the interest rate is fair. Credit card debt, I like to get rid of. Car notes, all that, get rid of all that. I'm trying to think. I'll keep a little bit of debt for business and a little bit of debt for real estate, but I don't really keep debt for like consumer stuff, like, buying like food and, or going out to eat and going to the mall and all that stuff. We don't do that stuff. If we go on a vacation, we max out the credit card. We pay it off as soon as we can. All right, so let me see here. Is it safe to use apps like MetaTrader 4 and Code 4X Broker as a newbie Forex trader? I heard MetaTrader is pretty good. I don't know much about MetaTrader, but I have heard good things about it. The other one I have not heard of. So that's my 2 cents on that. We have a Forex program in the Black Business School, by the way, so feel free to go take a look at that. Being Black is based on debunked science. Eugenics is rooted in racism. Both are social science. Your continued support of this issue proves that you are either complicit. Okay. All right. Well, okay. That's a fair assessment. Maybe I'm, ignorant, but I use the word Black. It's comfortable for me at this point, but maybe I can be evolved. So I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to say I'm not going to sit and argue with you about that one, brother. Let's see here. He says I'm either complicit or incompetent. Either way, you are unqualified to be a voice for the people, for we the people. Well, I agree. If you feel that way, then you definitely shouldn't be here. I mean, you should not listen to me if I'm not qualified to be a voice that represents you. I represent somebody. That's why there are people that are here that do listen. And if you're in the category and you feel that what I say represents you or supports you or helps you in some way, then you should stay. But if you feel like I'm a quack, or you feel like I'm just whack, or you feel like I'm old-fashioned, you feel like I'm full of crap, then there are so many people out here that will share a message that you could rock with. It's just like dating. You know, just because somebody doesn't want to be with you, that doesn't mean you're ugly. It just means that that's not the person for you. Okay. So it's totally okay, brother. I'm not even mad about what you said. Um, let's see. Let me see. Drama costs money. Ooh, who said that? I lost the comment. But let me tell you, drama does cost money. That's why if you want to make money, you want to minimize drama. People that have money tend to avoid drama. They ain't got time for it because drama just it's draining. It's a waste of time. Um, it costs you everything, you know, like fighting and lawsuits and emotional, emotional pain. Minimize the drama, like work it out, man. If you can't work it out, then avoid each other. That's what you got to do. So drama, we like drama. I think we like drama because we're very high on the adverse childhood experiences scale, ACEs, ACES. You should go take the ACEs test. Look it up. Just look up ACES, the ACEs scale. Black people tend to be very high on the ACEs scale, and that causes us to sometimes, some of us, to be really easily triggered. Some people love drama. Have you ever seen that? Where people, they just like chaos, that they can't live without it. Like you can be addicted to it, and a lot of that comes from childhood. Let's see here. Way to answer question, Doc. Okay, I don't know if that's sarcasm, Edwin, or not, but okay, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I understand that it's good to have a diversified portfolio, but at what point, asked Ron, how many shares would be considered spreading yourself too thin? Well, theoretically, I remember in my doctoral program, they did say that the optimal number of stocks to own to be properly diversified is about 23 stocks. They did a study on it. Somebody came up with that number. I don't think it's a hard, fast number. I would say it's a blueprint benchmark. In fact, I'd probably go way beyond that because I own about 200 stocks, and so I think the general idea is just don't put all your money in one place, because if, even if it's doing well, like some people will say, oh, we're making a lot of money here and not a lot of money there, so we should put all the money from over here over there. That's not always a good move because if that one thing, I've seen stocks drop from $31 to $3. I had a Chinese company that was making me, when I say a ridiculous amount of money, it's like I thought I had died on to heaven. I said, man, I have cracked the code. So I invested in this company. You know what I was doing? I was selling the stock options every week and getting like insane amounts of money, right? It was a Chinese company. And well, I didn't know that the Chinese government was going to go and crack down on that industry. It was an online educator in China. I forgot the company, Tekadu. That was the name of the company, Tekadu. And I mentioned Tekadu to my students. I was like, I got this company called Tekadu, and it's really making me a lot of money, And then China cracked down on the industry, and Tekadu, all those companies got shut down, basically. Their stock went from $31 a share to $3. I've never seen that before. And my heart sank. Now, here's the good news and bad news. The bad news is that I was depressed because the easy, quick money that I was going to be making from that stock, it was gone. It wasn't coming back. It never came back. I have other securities I own that make good money, but not like that. That's the bad news. The good news is that I was very careful so that even when I was making the money, I didn't pour the money back into the stock because I could have doubled what I was making by just dumping more into it. I spread the money out. As the money was coming out, I made sure I invested it into safer assets, more stable American companies that I knew a little bit more about. And also I pulled out so much money. So let's say, for example, I don't know the exact numbers, but let's say that I had $100,000 worth of this stock. Well, let's say over the course of that year, I made $100,000 from selling the options. So it was like a break even kind of thing. The amount of money I had in the stock, I made that back from the options, and I could have kept making the money. I could have made, let's say, $100,000 a year. So it was a good business, right? And it's beautiful. It's passive. You don't have to do any work for this money. So that's why I like selling stock options. So that was the upside of it. The upside was when I look back, I said, okay, I didn't make the money I thought I was going to make. My hopes and dreams were crushed, but because I was careful and didn't get greedy, I didn't lose as badly as I would have lost if I had been greedy. So I would almost say to you, and actually I'm going to have to go in a second because it looks like our food is almost here. I think in investing, greed is not a good emotion to have. I think that I think ambition, to be financially ambitious is good, but being greedy, I think doesn't work. And in fact, for those of you that are in the stock options class, we meet every Thursday. Again, you can go to boycewatkins.com. You can still join. That method. I like that method because it's a method that says you can do well, but you can protect yourself too by not feeling like you got to just make all the money or you got to just get these easy, quick flips and all this other stuff. And I think that's true also in business. I've seen people throw away great business deals where they might, let's say that they're going to make 80,000 that year, but they find out that their business partner is going to make 200,000. So they get mad and they end the deal. They say, you're screwing me. You're getting 200,000. I'm only getting 80. That ain't fair. And I get that. But in some situations, I've been in situations like that where I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about the fact that they got 200. I'm just glad I got my 80. And I'm not going to throw away my 80 to take away their 200 because I don't do better by making you do worse. That's that crabs in the barrel nonsense that keeps a lot of our folks from being able to do business with each other. I just did a business deal where I made 40 grand. Cool. You know what? My partner, she made about 110. She did. And somebody said, they said, well, you're Boyce Watkins and you could make more money and you should be blah, blah, blah. You should renegotiate and force it. I said, why? I got 40 grand. I'm happy with 40 grand by itself is a great number in my mind. I'm not going to go count your money too. I'm counting my money. I got money for my family and I'm not gonna, and people will do that. They will cut off their nose to spite their face. And I'm just saying, don't do that. So greed, two emotions that I think are unhealthy are greed and envy. I think greed and envy, they tear at your soul and they're natural emotions, right? But I work very, very hard to try my best not to have these, and envy is close to jealousy. Jealousy doesn't make you a better man. It makes you a small, weak, wimpy little man. So I try to manage jealousy. Sometimes I get jealous with my wife. Like, wait a minute, that ain't right. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. Let me tell this guy I'm coming to the lobby. Okay. All right. My food is here, so I got to run. So I hope this conversation is helpful. Do you still do business with your Rima Karama? No, we don't do business anymore. I wish him the best, though. I think his content's good, actually. He's really fiery, and the brother went through a lot. I really, my heart goes out in terms of what he went through. His story was, man, too many brothers go through stuff like that. But anyway, if you're friends with him, tell him I say hello. All right, guys. Well, I got to get out of here. If you want to join the options class or meet us in Detroit or join the stock program or anything like that, or get some resources to improve things for yourself, just go to boycewatkins.com. There's plenty of stuff there. Anything you want to sign up for, if you use the code Dr Boyce, all one word, Dr Boyce, you can get 20% off. So keep that code in your pocket. You can use that for any program in the Black Business School that we have, and that's yours. So I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. I'm about to go down here and get this food. So talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.